We have millions of dollars sitting in this infrastructure account. There's no reason why we shouldn't start utilizing that money today.
The city of Los Angeles is the media capital of the world, and the city officials are diverting millions in franchise fees specifically designated for public access television for their own use.
Channel 35's strategic plan is a multi-year plan that lays out a strategic vision for how to transform Channel 35 and government access in the city of Los Angeles. The underpinnings of any vision is an actual budgetary plan that can operationalize that vision.
In 2006, the Digital Infrastructure and Video Competition Act released cable and telecom companies from having to provide television studios for public use, as long as they paid local municipalities a franchise fee, specifically to replace the facilities that were lost. Here in Los Angeles, the city government has decided to control all the public channels without dedicating any strictly for public use. And now the city television channels are moving to gobble up the rather significant funds supposed to be used to support public access television.
These two pie charts before you, one shows the 5% fund, which we talked about is $27 million annually, and the second is the 1% fund, which is approximately $6 million annually. If you look at the 5% pie chart, you'll notice the 60-40 split. That's $27 million being split, 40% being directed to the TDA, and 60% when the monies come in go directly to the general fund. The important point to make here is that the usage of these TDA funds, or excuse me, the usage of these franchise fees, the $27 million, is a policy decision for the LA City Council and the mayor. This is something that is within your direct control.
Councilman Bill Rosendahl, a longtime cable executive, knows that this is wrong.
Somebody down the road decided that this Channel 35, 36, and PEG channels and all of that could survive on less. So the council either took a motion or they did a policy decision and they made some arbitrary number. Oh, we'll give you 40 cents in every dollar and the other 60 cents we're going to put in a general fund. Even though knowing a cable customer, because that was the world, that was supposed to all go to cable money. And the city had no right to do it, and I think they did an illegal act, and they're still in an illegal mode.
Illegal? Who cares when there's millions of dollars just waiting to be grabbed? Andrew Glazer of the Municipal Access Policy Board has big plans for that money.
This opens up a whole new world of distribution for us. We can be distributing through cell phones, through YouTube, but we could also be distributing through taxi cabs or MTA bus lines. Why not be putting a 5-minute video or a 3-minute video on an issue important to the city up so when people are on the bus they can see that. We could be on LAX television screens, gas station television screens. These are all people who are looking for content, and why shouldn't we be the ones to provide to them some of that content that provides important information?
Who needs public access? The city can use that money far better than the humble public.
We should be building our new studio out using these funds. It prepares us for the future. It provides jobs for people right now. It's money that we can't spend otherwise that's just sitting in an account. We should be building out a studio that can help us prepare to do all the things that we want to do in this report. That helps us get set up so that there's appropriate computing infrastructure to create these websites, to provide content for them, really to have us on the cutting edge in terms of the way that we provide information, and it increases the transparency of government, and it gets more information. It allows the city government to communicate with its city much more effectively. Other things we can do with it: wire council committee rooms. We could all be on TV right now.
We could all be on TV right now. Amazing arrogance. With the idea of television cameras advancing his career, Councilman Cardenas was ready to move on it.
If we made a motion today to have the department start putting together the plan and the implementation plan for the recommendations on the 1%, if we made a motion to do that, how soon could the department come back with the details of that plan?
If I may, we've discussed this. I think that what we would recommend is that you allow us to issue an RFP to hire a contractor.
In order to do what I just asked?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, and we could use the 1% for that contractor, correct?
Correct.
Full disclosure got the warning call about this momentous meeting just 2 hours prior. We scrambled down to City Hall to see if we could stop this shameless grab of the public access funds. What I'm hearing today and what I'm reading and learning for the first time is a very important decision for the future of Los Angeles, and the public should be included on it. And many of the people involved in the Public Television Industry Corporation want to work with you and want to work a solution and support you, and we want to be a part of it, and that's why I'm here. So I ask you if you would please let me know before the next item comes up whether or not you would consider postponing it until the community can become a part of this discussion and be a part of supporting the ultimate plan. Apparently, our presence had an effect. The motion was tabled for now.
No more questions from the committee. That concludes item number 2. So what we'll do is, as far as I'm concerned, as far as the IT committee, I will continue this item so that we can hear the instructions that I gave the department and that we can conclude. And then, obviously, since it involves budget matters, then eventually it'll go to the budget committee as well. Okay?
Ron Kay serves on the Board of Advisors for the privately held Public Television Industry Corporation. He was dismayed at this brazen move to gain absolute control of the public television media.
Well, it sure sounded to me like they have really big plans to have government propaganda in our buses, in our taxi cabs, on our internet, on our mobile phones, without any other voices except the voice of the government.
He has personally witnessed the incompetence of the city media technicians who have difficulty running even the simplest electronic equipment.
They've had meetings where you don't even have microphones in a large meeting hall to be able to hear them. And now they want to take money that could be used to support people creating television for public access, from their own points of view, for self-expression. And they want to take that money and they want to produce government propaganda shows saying the government's doing a great job. And then they want to be very avant-garde and have mobile apps and have it on, I saw a TV screen in front of a urinal the other day. Why not have it right there so that you can see Tony Cardenas and them doing such a great job of taking your money?
He underlined the important role that public access television provides if left unfettered by government control.
Can't we have a civil conversation with intelligent discourse of people with differing points of view that would inform the populace, create a public debate, create civic engagement in a healthy community? I mean, that's what's missing from all this, is an attitude that they know best, that they know better than the rest of us because they hold public office and they have these vast staffs and they have our money to be able to tell us their story.
It boils down to an attitude that we currently find on all levels of government.
The number one issue, I think, is the disrespect of the people. It's been the number one issue, is they just don't respect us. And we're going to have to make them respect us.
We asked Mr. Kay to comment on Councilman Rosenthal's concern about the legality of the city absconding with the franchise fees that are specifically designated for public access television.
He ought to know that it's an illegal action that they're doing in taking the money specifically allocated under the law to provide public access, and they're using it to provide government propaganda.
You can do whatever we want because we're in where we are, but I'm not going to say it again in any other committee meetings, but I think what the city council did in taking 60% violated the law, period. And if somebody really wanted to sue the city, maybe they would win that in a court case, but it probably wouldn't. Nobody wants to do it.
Maybe that's what we should do. We want to know what you, the viewers, think. Please take our survey and be sure to leave your comments below. Number 1. Should the people sue the city to recover the franchise fees that they've been diverting to the general fund for the past 2 decades? Yes or no? Number 2. Do you think there's a need for the public voice on television to be heard in contrast to the government propaganda? Yes or no? And number 3, do you think public's use of the internet is adequate to counterbalance the city government use of the public channels to promote their position? Yes or no? Please be sure to leave your comments below. I'm Leslie Dutton. Thank you.